Button is pushed. Look at that. We're live.
No.
Woo! It'll take a minute.
That's right.
It does? Are we on a delay?
It takes a little bit.
We are. We're on the Mark Webber curse delay.
It makes sense.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to What's on Joe Mind. It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock. It must be time for the TeamStream. And thanks again for joining us. I'm Mike. With me up on the top row, because he can show up early and on time, Mark Webber, the honcho.
That's what I'm talking about. Here I am. Top billing. Well, second to top. It's fine.
And then in the bottom row, Ms. Socially Conscious, I have responsibilities outside of the show. It's Joe Colton, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
So, Joe Colton, the title for today's TeamStream is Joe Colton versus the Fandom.
I saw that. I don't know why you made me versus the Fandom.
Because you're here to put them down, just like you used to do at JoeCon. You're here to make sure that they finish second place and you finish in first place.
You're gonna
That's
fight
what we're here for.
Fight all of them. There used to be a website, I forget the name of it, where you could input your height, weight, age, and any significant martial arts training you had.
Yeah.
And it would tell you how many third graders you could beat up at one time.
Ooh, I like this.
So, and I like the concept of if you were just in a room and the door opened and this endless flood of third graders came in, that even Bruce Lee has a number, right?
Well, sure, yeah.
Like the 450th third grader to get in would trip him, and then it's just a swarm. So
something like that.
Line is too high. You gotta kick them.
You gotta you gotta pick one up and hit another one with one. That's how you keep the numbers down.
Yeah, you gotta go full Andre the Giant. You gotta go brute squad.
Toss him, grab his legs, and then start whacking the rest of them.
Yep. I don't remember specifically, but I think my number was like 9 or something like that. I was offended at first, like, come on. How tough could a third grader be? But if you think about it, if the first 3 or 4 just go for your legs,
yeah, I mean,
sooner or later.
Do they though, or do they just lift their arms up and start running?
Well, it's not movie fighting, right? Where they come at you one at a time, right?
No.
It's not Shinobi or Karate Fighter where you just sit there hitting kick.
Look, not 9 third graders is something like 700 pounds of humanity. So you should be proud of yourself.
Oh my god!
I figured I would just turn my back and do my double dragon back elbow. But
what is Chris Jericho calling that one?
The Judas effect, right?
That's right, the Judas effect.
Yeah.
Mark Webber, the originator of the Judas effect.
There you go. So anyway, we were talking about how Joe is fighting the whole fandom.
Joe is fighting the whole fandom. We'll actually get to that shortly. We got some news we got to cover first. We got a little bit of a mishmash today. Nothing happened to cover an hour plus by itself, so we're just going to throw everything into this potpourri of a TeamStream.
All right.
You know, while we're talking about third graders, I was in Target last week, and I actually got shot blocked by like a 4-year-old.
Ooh.
She came in diagonally into the back of my knee with her shoulder.
Huh?
It was insanity.
And grabbed the Cobra Trooper and ran,
Grabbed the Cobra Trooper and took off. I was picking up that particular day, I was buying a beachhead for a friend overseas. And so, yes, I'm sure that play was what was on tap. It was at the checkout line, no less. But I was I managed to get my hand back on the one register, and my foot kind of caught the front register, and so I was just standing there balanced, and I had a good laugh at it, and so did this kid's mom, and so everybody was happy at the end. But yeah, she put a vicious hit on the surgically repaired right knee.
And they're going after the toys she wanted?
Right.
No. What? They were leaving from another register, so everything they had was bagged up and gone.
It proved that your third grader survival number is greater than 1.
At least. I mean, that was a 4-year-old, so it was only like half a third grader.
Wow.
She couldn't have
What
been,
is the number?
you know. But that could be the first half. Maybe I got like a 10.5 going there. But yeah, she just went right in, back of the knee, at an angle, no less. Just boom. And I hung in there.
That's terrible.
It's the wonderful injuries of middle-aged guy theater right there.
That's it. That's a good job block. The Jets should sign her.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, look at what the Colts did last Sunday. I'm sure that we could drive her down to their complex here in town, and she'd at least be on the practice squad.
Phillip Rivers looks good.
Yeah. Compared to what?
The ghost of Andrew Luck.
Ken Stabler's corpse. Who does he look good compared to?
Compared to Christian McCaffrey's little brother, who just quit on Michigan.
Who just left Michigan? Yeah.
Yeah, because the McCaffreys are good at quitting.
What's important is you're not bitter.
That's a story for another time.
Are you bitter? I feel like you're bitter.
He's a little bit, for a guy who's not a Michigan fan, he seems bitter.
I just don't like Christian McCaffrey. So
he just left a bowl game, man. You got to let it go.
His dad made like 30. He's protecting his draft stock, so we can buy his parents a house.
Look,
jackass.
Look, his dad might have made $30 million. You saw the contract he signed this past offseason. He's making $30 million in a year.
I didn't even know this. His dad coaches Northern Colorado. His dad's a coach.
Easy Ed McCaffrey. Giants great.
His kids are professional quitters. Or I guess one's an amateur quitter, but
one's still an amateur quitter.
I said I hope his best players quit on him before the bowl game. Somebody went Division II doesn't have bowl games, Weber.
Oh,
that.
Oh my God. Okay,
anyway,
so
you said mishmash, so I'm contributing.
So before everybody leaves our team stream,
yeah,
let's move on into the news.
All
right. Excellent. You're right on with that one. I'm going to move you up.
Too much football?
It's not so much that you did something to get demoted, Mark. I needed to make her feel better because she hit her cue.
Yeah,
I'm trying to reinforce the positive.
So it's not me, it's you?
It's not me, it's her.
Fair enough.
It's not
He's
you, it's her.
conditioning me like a puppy.
That's right. We're trying to get the Pavlovian stuff going here.
Fine.
First news item. Word came through this week. It was the popular scuttlebutt was that Target's G.I. Joe classified line has been discontinued.
Yeah.
And the answer to that is yes, it has. Now let me let me put that in context for everybody. As somebody who used to work in a Target in logistics, anytime there is a product at a Target store that they know has a definite kill date on it, in which case this would be the Attack on Cobra Island exclusives. Oh, guest star. But Weber, introduce your friend.
That's Emma.
That's Emma. Little Emma Weber.
Frost.
She did not get the ginger hair, clearly.
No. Sometimes though, when she gets into the Chef Boyardee bowl, a little bit.
But anyways, the Cobra Island stuff from Target, it's discontinued. Sure, it's been discontinued since the day it was created because they knew the day that it was going to stop being produced. So don't let that throw you.
Cobra Island stuff, right?
I'm sorry, one more time.
It's just the Cobra Island stuff. Like, we should emphasize that.
Yes. Yeah. No. The regular line is selling like enough gangbusters to warrant solicitations for next year, according to our friends in Australia. But no, this is specifically the Cobra Island figures, the 4 Cobra Island exclusives that have been haunting our dreams at Target for the last month and a half or so. Yeah, they're discontinued because they were already discontinued. The first day that they were available, they were discontinued because Target knows what day those things are going to stop coming through the pipeline. So don't let it throw you. There's still plenty of them out there in distribution centers. I couldn't tell you how much. We don't know print runs. We don't know how many of them were made. But it's probably, we're not going to be running out of them anytime soon. Lord knows we've barely seen them to begin with. So, but don't let that throw you. Don't let that. I know it's been a source of much heartache and many screaming fits in the last couple of days. Yeah, it's discontinued, but that's fine that we expected that. That doesn't tell us anything we don't already know. It just means there isn't going to be a Cobra Island Wave 2 or a Cobra Island going into next year unless they decide to go back and revisit it later.
And I have an unnamed source that tells me they made plenty of roadblocks. So
that's not an unnamed source, Mark. That's just the shelf at your Target.
Right? Isn't it kind of ironic that the one that's stopping other ones from coming to the pegs is literally named Roadblock?
He's not stopping anything. They all have their own case.
Yeah. But there's limited pegs. But there's limited pegs.
There's limited pegs, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all in there by DPCI. So if it shows in the store's manifest that they sold 3 figures with the Beachhead DPCI, that's what it puts in a reorder for. If it shows in, it sold 8 Cobra Trooper DPCIs, then that's what it puts in the reorder for.
Okay,
so
well,
none of them.
Riddle me this then, Gandalf, the Target Wizard. What happens if it shows it sold 0 roadblocks?
Then those roadblocks continue to sit there until it hits the clearance peg. But eventually, they like each item does have its own correct peg, so they'll take a roadblock off to put a correct figure on, if that's what, provided they're worth their salt and can read numbers, which sometimes,
right?
But I'm going to stand with my former brethren there at the store and say that they'll get that figured out.
Is it true that they're shipping Red Ninjas straight to Joe Colton's house and just billing her later?
Joe Colton, can you confirm?
I have a few.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. That you have 5, because I checked your wedding registry and it said 94 Red Ninjas.
I have less than 10 and more than 2.
All right, fair enough.
So 5. So I'm going to say that Weber's right on that one. But yeah, I'll tell you what, folks. We don't even have roadblocks around here, so the entire Cobra Island thing is just empty.
Wow.
In this area. So anyhow, so that's the first news item. Don't get worked up. Yes, they're discontinued. Don't get worked up. That's just normal, standard operating procedure. Next news item. Excellent. If I could promote you further, I would.
Well, technically,
I can't. It won't let me move myself out of that top left corner because I'm the one that's hosting the TeamStream. So it won't take me out of the catbird seat. But Walmart released, or there were images of the Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Retro Wave 2 that were revealed. We saw Roadblock, we saw Scarlet, we saw Destro. Again, nothing we didn't necessarily expect. Scarlet did get a pretty substantial rebuild from the figures that we've seen in the past. It looks like she is built from the Cobra Trooper or Shooter torso and Helix's legs, and I don't know whose arms those are, and maybe I didn't get a good look at the head. Maybe it's the San Diego head from that exclusive Scarlet. I don't know. But she'll be different at least, so I imagine she'll be sought after. Roadblock is looks like he's built from the Retaliation build with no ankles, and he maybe has the
frying pan.
No, not Renegades. The other
Retaliation?
no, the other R word that had an
No.
animated series.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to go grab it off the shelf.
Ah, crud! I can't think of it. Resolute.
Resolute.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe the Resolute head. He's definitely got the Resolute vest. Too many R's. Too old. All right, I gotta promote Weber for that one. Saving the show.
I'm talking about
He's saving the show.
Down you go.
See, we got to get Joe Colton angried up, so she can fight the entire fan base.
She's on her way.
See her down there. She's calculating. How can I kill them both?
Seething.
They're in completely different directions.
Right.
How can I go and kill them both? But Mark Weber, your thoughts on the next wave of G.I. Joe Retro?
I mean, the Scarlet is obviously the winner. Like, it's a really good looking Scarlet. Aside, my complaint, having done some research on the topic, is that redheads don't really have fire engine red hair. But you know what? If it's not a brand new head, and I honestly don't know, it's a pretty good head. Mm-hmm. And so having it be a new build, at least, Franken build, with a good looking head, that's obviously the winner. The Destro is a great Destro figure, although, collectors already have that exact same version. And the Roadblock, like, I know fans are going crazy because it doesn't have the rocker ankles, and you know me, I don't need that much articulation in my figures. So, these are easy grabs for me. They'll go on the shelf. Happy to have a shot at them, and they're cool looking, and it's a diverse set of 3, so they will look good on the shelves. And I think the fondest hope for all Joe collectors is that there's enough made that we can all get them without having to resort to eBay prices, and that they're interesting enough and available enough that maybe, God forbid, some kids see them and get interested. So, I'm happy with them. I got no problem with them.
Fingers crossed.
Right? Yeah.
That's the only way these fingers cross. They don't. Anyways, Joe Colton, your thoughts?
I agree with Mark that Scarlett is clearly the winner of these ones. I'm kind of excited for her. But yeah, the retro line isn't like, I don't know, too like oohs and ahs, but I'll grab these ones for sure.
I think if they'd have put just as much effort into all 6 as they did Scarlet,
yeah,
the fan base would actually be like I know they weren't going to tool up a whole bunch of new pieces. I get it. But it only takes time and effort, not really money, to piece together some new builds, Franken builds or whatever you want to call them. Lazy bastard customs, with which I have some experience. It would not have taken much time and almost no expense just to make them a little more unique. And I think since this is, it's pretty clear that it's a collector play, and definitely became. Now they couldn't. I guess it's not fair. They couldn't have adapted in time. But once the movie moved out, this absolutely became a collector play. So it's a shame there wasn't more newness or creativity thrown into these guys.
Yeah, haven't even seen Wave 1 around here, so I don't know what to tell you about those. So, but yeah, I'm with you guys. I honestly don't care too much about this retro line. It's nothing new for me because I hit all these figures way hard when they came out the first time. I just don't need to go buy them again.
I think the best one, the most exciting one, Scarlet, and then the Hiss Tank Driver is a huge improvement over the old one. But unless you're buying 30 Hiss Tanks, there's no way to get that guy in mass to replace all the subpar Hiss Tank Drivers that came before. So
yeah, and the Hiss Tank Drivers don't bother me as badly because they just sit in that cockpit and whatever.
Right. and
Yeah.
and hide their brutal chest cut from
Hide the
world.
brutal chest.
Yeah. Ding! I need to have a bell. Wait a minute.
We should get like a timer or something. The first
be
time the
right
word
How long it takes them?
first time the words brutal chest cut comes out of his mouth, then just ping that timer. There we go. He's got something.
I'm
Got
sorry.
something.
Hold on for a second. What'd you say, Mike?
So we need a timer for when the first time the words brutal chest cut come out of your mouth. That'll just give us a time count.
Did you say brutal chest cut?
There we go. There we go.
You ding.
That triples our special effects budget right there.
Right? So good. We'll take out a load. We'll make it up in volume.
Quick, everyone, tell your friends. More views. More views.
That's it.
Next news item.
Do, 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 do.
It's our first piece dealing with Hasbro PulseCon. Yay. That's the virtual convention that Hasbro Pulse is throwing on next week.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they released word that Pulse Premium members will be able to purchase exclusives on September 22nd, which is Tuesday. Otherwise, they're available on September 23rd, which is Wednesday.
Mhm.
As far as G.I. Joe is concerned, that's the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander with all the funky gold accoutrement.
Ooh.
And I'm still rocking the French accent from last week a little bit. You know, we don't want Joe Colton, who actually speaks French, to say those kind of things. It's gonna be my no talent hack butt saying accoutrement.
How do you say accoutrement in Greek?
Uh,
Tough.
they don't
Mm.
have. I don't know how they say it. It's not something you use.
I want you to FaceTime your mom and turn the camera around so we can learn these things.
Oh God.
You know,
Oh.
now that she's becoming something of an expert with video phones, we
Yeah.
could have her as a guest on the program.
No.
That's a good idea. What's
No.
on Joe's mom's mind?
No.
What's on Joe
love you
Mama's
guys.
mind?
No. Vetoing that one.
But she loves me, Joe. Come on.
I know. No.
Now that you've armed and trained her, she's probably just going to hack the feed on her own, right?
She called me last night. Like my phone rang and it has a specific ring for her phone. And I looked down and it says video call. And I was like, I wonder if my uncle's over. And I pressed the button and she's like, hello. And just like giggling. And I was like, Ma? And so like I then enact the video and she's like, it's me. I did it by accident. I pushed all the buttons. It worked. I was like,
My dad's done that to me a couple of times, and he never fails to pick a time when I'm at work. So it's like, come on, man. It's like I never even work that late. So you have the whole evening is there for you.
Yeah.
You call me in the daytime with the video call.
I like that we are technologically weaponizing our parents.
That's right.
What could go wrong?
They are becoming familiar with all the video accoutrement.
It's like that YouTube video where they give the AK-47 to the chimpanzee. Like, sure.
I can't say I've seen that one, Mark.
Oh, it's a good one. It's sponsored by the NRA.
terrifying.
We'll have to put that in the show notes.
Yeah, put it down there.
It's down there with the subscribe button that everybody should be hitting.
Look, it just proves the point that all you need is a good monkey with a gun.
Too true. Too true.
That's terrifying.
It's up there with that one with the chimpanzee with the AK-47. I didn't think we'd go there tonight. I have to say I did not have that in the pool.
Somebody is going to find it and link it in the comments. I guarantee it.
Joe Colton, your thoughts there?
I have no comment.
All right, fair enough. I was, yeah.
I'll take monkey AK-47s for 400, Alex.
Ding, 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 ding. That's a daily double.
A video. We said mishmash.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. How true it was. How right we were.
Hey, our pal Sean says, wait, Chimps can get an AK-47, but 6-inch Joes can't.
Nope.
There it is.
Oh, Sean, that could be the quote of the day right there. Good job, buddy. Good job, man. We'll hope that our Hasbro contingent takes that to the bank. Next news item. This is our main news item. We're going to toss this one over to our lead cosplay correspondent, Joe Colton. Joe Colton, tell us all about the Hasbro PulseCon cosplay contest.
Yes. So Hasbro PulseCon is doing a 2-day show and has released a cosplay contest. The rules are you submit a costume, one post, and from what I can gather, because they're not really answering questions, one picture, one a day on one social media platform. So it's either Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And you have to put Hasbro PulseCon cosplay contest as a hashtag.
And I noticed that you've been doing yours on Instagram.
I have been.
And what have you not been tagging to those on Instagram?
What have I what?
What have you not been attaching to those on Instagram?
I have no idea.
The damn show. You have not been plugging the damn show.
Well, the show is not in competition.
It doesn't. We can still be there to root you on and add. Have I ever let you down on Instagram, Joe Colton?
No.
No.
Okay.
Because usually my content there is resigned to hashtag plug the damn show because you don't plug the damn show.
Correct.
Just, I mean, you've got room for how many hashtags? 20. We're not even a hashtag. You can just throw the little tag on there at What's on Joe Mind.
Yes, but I don't know if I'm allowed to tag in the post because they don't have rules. Well, they do have rules. It was like you can't. It was really weird, like very vague rules. They said that they have a committee of sponsors who are going to judge the photos. And they're going to let us know between the 18th and 19th.
Of what?
This year.
We sure?
Of September?
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow or Thursday?
Yes. No,
Okay.
tomorrow. No, Friday or Saturday. I think Saturday is when they're going to be revealed.
I think they should have
so
let the
bad.
fans vote.
It's almost like trying to get on the network to order a figure with no instructions. Almost.
It's close, huh?
So
but anyways, in honor of your entries into this, you have entered the last couple of days. We gathered up some photographs. We have more than one photograph.
Yes.
Of you in your 2 entries for what would it, I guess today's Thursday, so this would be from Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened Monday? You just didn't want to enter Monday?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. No, I was driving back from the weekend, so I got a flat tire. It was awful. Anyway, yes, I did not enter Monday.
So wait, as you left vacation to come back to the frustrating real world.
Yeah.
It apparently got a head start.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. It literally ripped. Like my tire tore open. That like I was like,
oh goodness.
I was like, never a dull moment.
Well,
so the
thankfully,
world was like, welcome back, Joe. It still sucks.
Right.
everyone is safe. Thank goodness. Everyone's good.
Yes.
So what we've done in the spirit of last week when we premiered the What's on Joe Mind PowerPoint display unit, we've brought it back and we've put some shots from your entries in this year's Hasbro PulseCon cosplay contest.
Okay.
And let me go ahead. We'll get that up there. Clearly, everyone can see the first one already.
Nice.
Come on, PowerPoint. Come on.
You got to hit that thing by the 73.
Oh, yeah.
Down here. I'm pointing at my screen. Does that help?
No.
No.
Because I can't see you right now.
Presentation
Down.
mode.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is the first slide.
Okay. You are so like I love this. Like
Oh my! Hey,
wait.
Look at that! The computer finally unfroze. There we go! Yay! And
That's not better though.
It's not. There's a line in the middle of it, but whatever.
It says click to exit full screen.
Wow,
oh,
that good, huh?
This is almost like the network.
We've bombed out just like the network app.
Can we call Joe's mom to IT troubleshoot for us, please?
Oh my God, no.
Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but as voted by you, the Serpentress costume is your hottest costume, right? Like 120-degree Fahrenheit?
My hottest costume. I think I was sitting next to you when I expressed that.
You were walking up for the actual runway turn, and I had an empty seat, and you looked like it had been a long day. And I'm like, Joe, you can grab a seat if you want. And you said, you changed your mind so fast. You went, no, I'm good. And then you're like, okay, cool.
I'm taking that seat.
And then I had to walk you outside so you could breathe.
Yes. It was a lot. There was a lot. It's a lot of fabric and a lot of layers.
There's a lot going on there. So respect the Serpentor costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is a lot of it the helmet, Joe?
It's the helmet and the cape. So the cape keeps in the heat, and there's nowhere to escape because I'm wearing like Spanx, a bodysuit, armor, and then the cape.
And there's a lot of metallic elements going on there too. That's trapping it all too.
I have a lot of hair, and there's just a lot of there's nowhere for the air to escape from. So like
all the hair on your head is up inside that serpent thing, right? The serpent crown helmet? Man.
Yes.
You got to save this one for JoeCon Anchorage.
Yes.
Perfect.
If that happens there.
That helmet is really heavy. It is
things
not
we didn't know about Serpentor. Constant case of swamp ass.
Yeah. No wonder he's always in such a bad mood.
I understand why he's bitter.
So where were you when you took this particular shot here? What was going on here? Are you in the jungle or what's going on there?
I was actually at Fort Howard, which is up near Baltimore.
Okay.
And there was I purposely went there to photograph Serpentor, and William was with me doing Cobra Commander, and so we did photos together for the charity calendar for the Finest, and then the photographer took photos of each of us, and then we took photos of each of us, and I have a photo of him on a swing, and I'm like pushing him like a child.
All right, is it showing up now?
No. Click to exit full screen.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm done trying. We're going bargain bin PowerPoint from here on out.
You're good. Who took photos of the photographer?
We got our third one here. What the steps I'm guessing are also in this place that you're talking about?
So there's like the so it's actually a fort that was used. And so there's like at the bottom of these stairs, there is a platform, I guess, where people would do briefings or I don't know, like put heavy artillery. But yeah, so there's like these amphitheater like steps in certain places. So he was like, walk down these stairs, and the stairs are very steep and also not full steps. So I'm literally like, I'm going to follow my face. I'm going to break this helmet. I'm going to follow my face.
And then at the bottom of the stairs is also the DNA of Genghis Khan.
Right.
Plus the cape is getting dirty.
Yeah. It's really like, I'm so dumb. I made that thing really long. My mom was like, why are you making it this long? I was like, it's Serpentor. He should have a long cape. And she was like, you're going to trip and fall. I'm like, it's fine. She's like, it's also heavy because it's 2 layers of satin. And satin weighs a lot. And I got like bridal satin, which is even heavier because I'm dumb.
Lord.
I know. But it billows very well.
Look, it is a fantastic costume.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No 2 ways around it.
Is it bridal like wedding or bridal like horse?
No, wedding satin. Like, and that is like a heavy gold satin. It's like, it's awful and amazing.
This isn't a wedding preview on any level, is it? Just
no,
Okay.
not just a cosplay wedding.
okay. Saying.
And then this was Tuesday's entries. Then, of course, Wednesday's entry, you can see from our sneak preview photo, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's Scarlet. It's the one everybody knows you for.
Yes.
Yeah, that's big time. Just think, you can update it just by adding some blonde to the wig. And you got
That's right. You can get that blonde in there.
So bad. So mad about that.
So why don't your boots match?
Why don't my boots match? Oh, because they don't make boots in that tan color unless you paint them.
Well, it's fair enough. I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll let that go.
The ones that were closer to that were like 10 years old, and I had to get rid of them because there was like no soul left.
They weren't in the shot anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah.
This photo taken from outside the convention where you can hold a real weapon.
Yes. Although conventions let me in with the crossbow. They're like, oh, you're a girl, you can go in. It's a crossbow. I'm like,
that's awesome that they can look at a pretty damn realistic Scarlet and go, you don't look dangerous. Between the throwing stars, the grenade, that's pretty sexist, isn't it?
And the fact that you're 6 feet tall in those heels.
Right?
Oh yeah. And I have a sidearm as well on the like a thigh holster with a sidearm. And a knife. I'm like, okay.
That's amazing.
So some little 5'10" door rent-a-cop padded up on your head and went, oh, you're so cute, darling. Yeah. Come on in.
They're like, oh, come on in, Scarlet. I'm like, okay. You don't want to check this? No, it's okay. You're fine. Okay.
You know what? Covert ops. That's infiltration.
That's right. Just means you know the gig.
Yep.
And then, of course, there was today's entry.
Yeah.
No, don't you dare.
Winner.
Oh my.
Oh.
Well, I haven't decided what I'm entering, but I need to. Oh my God, I need to.
You're down to about 2 hours and change on this, so maybe we ought to figure that out tonight.
I'm thinking of entering the Baroness, but I feel like people expect that.
If it was fan voting, I would say day one, you should have just dropped Bikini Baroness and ended it. And just say, good night, everybody. See you later.
Thanks for playing.
Tip your waiter. Good night, everybody. I mean, what other Joe costumes do you have that would push the Baroness out?
Recognizable by people who may not be fans of G.I. Joe, who might be judges. Probably nobody they would know.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be careful here. Don't want to offend anybody. We can't be sure the judges know that much about G.I. Joe.
Yes,
so I'm gonna
they're also the contest is open, and you can do like Power Rangers or Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I feel don't overthink it. Baroness for the win, just like that.
Yeah, okay. Either that or the Fem Trooper.
Yeah, I can do the Fem Trooper.
Or if you got 2 days, do both.
Yeah. Although I have gotten Cobra Commander while wearing the Fem Trooper. That's very strange.
And Rack Time Rob contributing again. You could enter a picture of an empty shelf for a Baroness costume.
Thank you.
There you go. That would be toy accurate.
That female Cobra Trooper is popular. One time I just name dropped her and I had women screaming. It was you, actually, but whatever.
I believe that was when I leaned over and said, look, they made Sarah Dietrich into a figure.
That's it.
Yep.
Because I'm kind of a jerk that way.
Yeah.
She is blonde. Blonde.
Oh, it's a good time.
Got abs. She's taller than me.
That's right. She'll beat you up.
She will.
How many third graders could she beat up, though? That's
at least 11.
Yeah,
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're children, so her heat vision would kick in, and that's going to take 3 or 4 of them out right there.
Yeah, if you set one on fire, he might set other ones on fire.
Because that stop, drop, and roll reflex isn't there yet. They're just
That's called Trogdor offense.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a hold of Sarah and tell her that the prospect of her with heat vision came up today, and it made me stop the show.
Yeah.
So, Joe Colton, if somebody else out there is inspired to find a picture of themselves in costume and enter this contest, what do they need to do again?
You either go to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and you post one picture every day of your costume, and you have to use the hashtag Hasbro PulseCon costume contest. Or cosplay contest.
Hasbro PulseCon costume. Hashtag Hasbro PulseCon costume contest.
Yeah.
And let's just say, let's be optimistic. If they take second place, do you get some of that winnings too, or what?
Yeah, so first place is a $255 value. It's got Marvel, you win Marvel Legends Power Gauntlet toy, and autographed by Kevin Feige, which is worth $100. Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Logan and Charles Xavier 2-pack, which is valued at $50. A Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hellfire Club box set, valued at $80. And then a Marvel Legends Stanley figure valued at $25. Then second place is $155 value. And it's got the Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Logan and Charles Xavier 2-pack. And then the Marvel Legends San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hellfire Club set, valued at $80. And Marvel Legends Stanley figure at $25. Then there's a third and fourth place set, place sets that they give you. Third place is the same value as is the second place. Oh, second, third, and fourth place are all the same. Same things that you get the rewards. Just the first place is different.
And fifth place is Cobra Island Roadblock, worth $8.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, come on now. Be nice to Cobra Island Roadblock. It's not his fault he came in fourth place.
No, they just made too many. It's cool.
It's not his fault, man. It's not his fault.
Yep.
That Hellfire Club set is big time, by the way, if you're an X-Men fan. So that's not a bad part of that prize pack.
It's not a bad set.
Somebody asked why you don't do a Zorana. Isn't there there's another girl in the cosplay community where that's like her A+ thing, right?
Yes.
That's our friend with the heat vision.
Oh.
Yes.
I only know her as Zorana.
Is that like she does Ranger and Zorana, so she does both.
Is that professional courtesy on some level?
Sometimes, yeah. When sometimes I think that if I see a person that's done it perfectly, then I won't even attempt it. Like her Zorana and her Heart Wrencher are both perfect, so I'm like, I can't do better than that.
Well, I got to think that the female G.I. Joe cosplay community is not that deep. And so
it is not.
For the gals who really put work into it, if they kind of stick to the claim, I think it's cool that you guys kind of respect each other's fiefdoms.
Yeah. Yeah. We I know I can see her doing a Scarlet, but I don't think she would do a Scarlet. And other people have done Scarlet, and that, like, I'm fine when people do other costumes. I just personally, I'm like, she's perfect as Zorana. I can't, like, she does the hair and everything, like mohawk. I'm like, can't do it.
I think without a barber or a salon visit and a serious commitment from you, Zorana would be hard to pull off.
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, well, now I don't have to go into the office, but I can't imagine going into work with like a mohawk, a giant pink mohawk, and just walk in and be like, hey guys, let's sit down and have this meeting.
Might be the best day of work ever. Never know.
Right.
Well, there you go. That's the news. Do your sound effect thing. She was so good all day, Mark.
I know.
You were talking to her. Sorry.
All day. Anyways, we do have one letter in the Postsac, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, as I've already done a couple of times trying to get this thing to work. TeamStream's being a little funky tonight. Yay, StreamYard. Ooh. Hey, guys. What's the reason the classified Arctic Storm Shadow and Wave 2 arrived 45 to 60 days early? It seems kind of haphazard. Is there any talk of a cartoon to help market classified? Or are they just planning on using the game to help sell figures? I got my gung-ho the other day, and I gotta say I hate these blasters. Mike's right. Pause for effect. Mike's right. The plastic is way too soft, and they don't stay in the backpack assigned to hold them. I'm using Marauder weapons and waiting for my Voliverse weapon packs. Fingers crossed for Stalker, Scrap Iron, and Arctic Short Fuse. Thanks, Cord Robadeur. More French accents.
Right?
Because he knows. Cord Robadeur. So anyways, Cord, thanks for writing in. And to answer your questions, we have no idea why your Amazon order showed up so early. We got nothing. they don't. We're not privy to what goes on there. We got no idea. Glad it happened for you, though. I know I didn't order Storm Shadow. I don't need Ninja Force Storm Shadow myself, but Rob got him, and his was way early as well. So Sure, great. Glad it worked out. Glad something got in somebody's hands faster than they expected it out of GI Joe Classified. That's really been the one real big complaint for it right now is that availability is hurting. So getting something sooner than you expected, great, all for it.
And unless it's totally random, we can pretty much know that they had planned a movie line to be coming out right now in a normal year opposite a movie. So I'm sure they scrambled as best they could to slide product up and fill that hole. And maybe that's why some stuff is largely ahead of when we originally expected it.
Yeah. Is there any talk of a cartoon to help market Classified? And I mean, nothing public. You guys know as much as we do. I would not be surprised if Hasbro, now that they own an animation studio, I wouldn't be surprised if that was somewhere in the plan book or at least being discussed. But we probably would have heard something about it by now if it was anything real pressing. Because you don't just say, hey, I'm going to do an animated series and then 2 months later have an animated series.
Yeah.
So not one of any value anyway.
It would have made sense to come out of the movie with animation after that. But I mean, who knows what happened once everything started getting delayed.
Yeah. So your guess, Cord, is as good as ours. Are they planning on using the game to sell figures? Well, certainly they are. That's why they match the game. But at least it's something. It's some kind of immediate tie-in. Lord knows if the game is fun and gets a lot of folks playing it, and it might turn into more than that. You never know. So always try and think positive.
Even when things suck.
Like
even when you're tired.
It's good advice.
Like the soft plastic used on blasters.
Right. It's like rain on your wedding day. Oh, sorry, Joe.
Are you apologizing because you're infringing on her Canadianness?
No, just that if it rains on her wedding day, now it's my fault.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. All your fault.
She's got a screen-in patio though, so the bride and groom will be all right.
That's a good point.
Everybody else can get moistened. They're not important.
Yeah.
But skipping to the end there, fingers crossed for Stalker. I would think Stalker is probably pretty high on the list. Scrap Iron, probably not quite as high as Stalker on the list, but still pretty high on the list. And Arctic Short Fuse, where if that happens before Tiger Force Toll Booth, I quit.
Yeah. Just to rain on his wedding day. Yeah. When they redid Joe for the 25th anniversary and they did all the original 13 Joes, guess who was 13? Regular old Short Fuse.
Regular Short Fuse.
Yeah. And they kind of threw him in $100 pack, right? That was cold.
That was marketing at its most cold-hearted. Yes,
so bad. All I need is my Short Fuse. $100.
Son of a. Anyway.
Oh my god.
But yeah, if we get Arctic Short Fuse before we get Tiger Force Toll Booth, I'm out. The show's done. Pack it up. Pack it up. But that's the mailbag. Remember, you can reach us if you have burning questions that we don't get to here in the TeamStream. You can get us via all of the pleasant ways down below, including voicemail, which we don't get a whole lot of voicemails from fans these days. I get a lot of voicemails from robots trying to get me to vote one way or the other.
Robots.
So
loves robots.
Marketing robots.
Oh, that's the worst kind.
Yes.
It's like Autobots, Decepticons, marketers.
Marketing robots.
Oh my God.
Way down.
So guys, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the cosplay contest that Hasbro has is different. So they have one for just being a fan of everything. And then they have a Marvel one. And then a Star Wars one. This is ongoing.
Okay.
There's different prizes. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
So your fantastic G.I. Joe submissions are likely to not win the Star Wars contest?
Probably not. But I have entered into the regular cosplay contest where you could win G.I. Joe prizes.
Okay. Red Ninjas, perhaps?
Transformers and Power Rangers.
You're in. I tell you what, Joe, if you win those, should you win those?
Yeah.
Autograph them, and then we will use them as prizes.
Yeah, because I know
you don't like the robots.
I don't.
So I think it would be extremely funny for us to give away autographed robots from Joe Colton.
Yeah.
Good idea. What about Power Rangers? Where does that rank?
So I liked the original Power Rangers, but I haven't watched the other ones, like the more recent ones where they're like fairies and God knows what else.
Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
For life.
Right? Here I'll spoiler alert. Give everybody a second. Take the same show and just vomit a theme on top of it, and that's pretty much what you got.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
The cynical marketer has spoken.
On some level, you have to respect it because it stayed evergreen relevant for 20, 30, 40 years. So
Matt Rubin advises us there's 28 seasons of Power Rangers. So good on them for finding a new one to sell every year.
Is the Green Power Ranger in all of them?
This year they're going for the Midwestern theme, so it's the Polka Rangers, and it kind of seems like, I don't know if that's the bottom of the beer barrel, but it's close.
Yeah. This is so confusing.
Go square dancing Power Rangers.
Oh my God.
Goodness. Okay, but that's it for Postsac. So again, you got any burning questions for us that just pop up in the middle of the week?
Yeah.
Stuff down there. We got voicemail, we got email, we got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Pony Express.
We got TikTok.
No, we don't. We don't have.
We will.
I refuse to give our podcast information to the Chinese government.
Fair enough.
Do it.
Because we don't do a show that's available to the public every Thursday night or anything. We don't do anything like that. No. This is all on the DL. The down low, baby.
Go Polka Rangers.
There is not enough wine in this house for that.
Oh, so we are coming up on the hour mark, which is something I didn't think we were going to have enough material to do, but how about that one?
Mishmash.
Yep.
So we'll roll into what we got in. Mark Weber, you said you had something set up specifically for this.
I got two things. First, remember last time we met, we had a new segment called What We Didn't Get In.
Yes.
Because Hasbro Pulse had not replaced my Scarlet with the broken neck, but I'm happy to report Did they
replace it?
Yep. So I got this new Scarlet. Her neck's not broken. And the benefits of this are, because they didn't make me send the broken one in, I can take the small knife, this guy right here, right there, and give it to Snake Eyes, so it'll probably fit into his thigh sheath, because the one that comes with him doesn't.
Yeah.
And I can pop that head off the old Scarlet and send it to someone with artistic skill to paint her hair all red like it should be. So,
or you can get a Marvel Legends Mary Jane and stick her head on Scarlet because hers is bright red.
I love me some Mary Jane. Wait, that came out wrong. Anyway, or a Black Widow, or I've seen some people do some really good customs with different heads.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I got in, and this is one I had as a kid and somehow lost and just got back, but we'll drive them right through.
Oh, very nice.
The Vamp Mark II, and it said it had a loose missile launcher, And man, they weren't kidding. Look at this thing.
It
So
hits
I
those
thought,
tough
no big
angles.
deal. No big deal. I'll just replace the missile launcher, right? Now, missile launcher is fine. Look at this hole.
Mm,
That
You
ain't
need a
never
backplate.
going to work.
yeah, that's your problem.
So I got some work to do, but it wasn't too expensive. And by and large, it looks pretty good. So that's what I got in.
Joe Colton, what'd you get in?
This week, nothing. Just wedding
Nothing.
stuff.
Just what'd you get in? What wedding stuff did you get in?
Oh, I did get a giant Borg cube. That was my most recent thing that I got in. Yep.
How
Borg
would you
cube.
rate that purchase? Like a 7 of 9 or?
Yes, she's one of the cards
Oh.
I get with it.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
And then Wes bought me so I don't know if you know Star Trek, but Species 8472 has a ship, the Omega ship, in Attack Wing. This is really like totally geeking out here. So it's very hard to find.
Way out in Dork Field, aren't you?
Nerd.
Way into Darkfield. So the ship for the Attack Wing game is very hard to find and basically was only released in at tournaments, and so Wes found it on eBay for like $70, and it's literally like that big.
All right.
Is that your wedding present from Wes?
No.
Okay. Joe, I'm gonna.
But I was surprised. I wouldn't have paid for it, but I let another one go for like $50 or $60, and he was like, "We're never gonna find another one." So he bought it without telling me, and then surprised me with it today.
Joe, I don't mean to be callous or blunt, but as your friend, I think I should say this. I think if you don't let go of some of these childish things, you're never going to find a husband.
I know.
Or you may lose him under the tide of the when they sweep into the room. Just buried under the freight.
Yeah, I might I think we should do like an auction on some of my things.
Some of your stuff.
Some of my G.I. Joe stuff. I gotta release some stuff.
I think you should get that Borg cube placed on a ring and wear that. Like, look what I got. All the girls.
Literally
I know. I know exactly how big it is.
Right on there.
It'd be lame if it was small, like playing dice size.
I tell you, though, it's the first person that you gave a backhand to, there wouldn't be a second one.
Ooh. How many
but
third
then it would
graders?
damage my cube.
How many third graders could you take out with a Borg cube?
Just roll it across.
Chucking it across the room.
Take them all out.
Take out like 20 of them and then just stand there and go, now you are Borg.
How did this become the theme of this show? How did this happen? How many third graders can you
futile, bitch.
Can you say that?
How do we get here?
So, anyways, what I got in.
Mm-hmm. Top back.
I finally got a Baroness. Finally found a Baroness.
Yay!
And it was an ordeal that was passed on Tuesday morning. And it was, I think, the last one to this point that they have shipped to the state of Indiana. And I'm glad that I don't have to look for one of those anymore.
Did you have to punt a child?
I did not, no. That was a different visit.
Woo.
But and besides, I mean, I wasn't in condition to punt anything after getting chop blocked.
That's right.
I can't do that sort of thing. But yeah, so I'm glad I just don't have to do that anymore.
at least it's a really good figure, right?
True. It's
isn't like
fantastic.
he was dying for the ice cream soldier that was eluding you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good prize, even though the hunt
Yeah.
was painful.
Yeah, it was worth it. I mean, I'm no completist, right? If it's something that I don't like, I don't buy it.
Right.
So
What's that like?
there are many lessons to learn at my dojo, Joe Colton. We've tried, but you don't listen to me. Because a lot of what I say is crap in your defense. But some of it is good.
Mm.
But anyways, you know, so if it was a crummy figure, I probably wouldn't have gone after it with nearly the vigor that it was chased after for the last 2-3 weeks. But I have to admit, I got caught up in the panic a little bit myself. Like, do I let this one? You see it pop up on Pop Finder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, is this the one? Do I need to? It's at the store that's like 100 feet away. I got to go find this one. So that's what I wound up doing before going to work on Tuesday.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thrilled with it. It's
You're a
great.
rare person, sir.
I even like the bike. So
It's a great thing. I'm not sure why you would put one of your A+ characters as a short print in a store exclusive as their debut, but okay. I'm glad we all have one.
for real. Good luck to everybody, and hopefully there's a bunch more out there. I know they came out a little later than the regular size figures, so maybe there's more of them still hiding at the Target distribution centers. Knock on wood. But don't nod, Joe Colton. You don't know. You don't know nothing. Well, she probably knows. She
Probably.
could tell us, but she'd have to kill us.
With her board cube ring.
So here's one question we'll take from the crowd. For you, Joe Colton. One wedding gift on your registry that you say is for both of you, but is really just for you.
Red
What's
Ninja.
Red Ninjas? That's right. Did I say that one knowing the answer? Yes, I did. Red Ninjas.
But the real question, what's a weeding gift? That's the worst spelling error I've seen since Kansas City. Pre-show.
That was terrifying.
Oh,
Mike didn't see it yet. Wait till the post show.
let's move into shout-outs.
Yes.
Mark Weber, who are we shouting out to this week?
This is an easy one. So the lovely Mrs. Weber, also known as Michelle, we can get into the years if we want, but we started dating on September 19th, 1995. We got married on September 20th, 1998. And so it just so happens that this will be double anniversary weekend, right? Pretty good. And you guys have put up with me for like 6 months, right? She's put up with me for 25 years on Saturday. So
Good God.
to the lovely, thank you, to the lovely and talented Mrs. Weber, who I've been with for more than half my life. Wow. Who deserves a lot more credit than she gets. So
who's been way outside your coverage for over 2 decades.
Absolutely. So for her eternal patience, we give a shout out to Michelle Weber, the lovely Mrs. Weber. I love you. Happy anniversary.
Look at him. He's blushing. He's not pale. He's not pale right now.
I'm just pink.
No.
It's the heat from the computer.
That must be it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and check and do a quick date check on how long Weber's been part of the program. So Joe Colton, you go ahead and what are your shout outs?
My shout outs are to Wes for helping me remember that we had a camping trip and helping me pack. For William to do the camping trip. It actually wasn't camping. We didn't camp. We were in a cabin. And Maggie for helping me plan the wedding, and Tyler for helping keep things humorous and his kindness, and then Sarah Dietrich for always being amazingly kind and hilariously neurotic. I love you.
Did you say neurotic?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure, we'll go with that.
sure.
She worries too much about me. It's fine.
Well, I mean, in fairness, yeah.
I
She's not
know.
wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. So, Mark, to fill in, your first appearance on the show
Yeah.
Oh.
was way back on episode 112, back in the audio days.
Okay.
It was December 1st, 2018 was the post date on that one.
Okay.
So we're pushing almost 2 years on that.
But when I was full time, right? When I actually learned the handshake and got the key to the clubhouse and all that,
Yeah.
that was like February, right? Or
something like that. I'm looking for where you disappear. I have a list of everything like this.
Let's
I have a
be
list where
brutally
you-
honest, man. The last 2.5 years are kind of a blur.
where you disappear from the
Yeah.
guest host list and appear again on the regular host list.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Fun
the what's on Joe Mine host relocation program, which is fabulous. by the way.
It looks like that was back in March.
Okay.
So we had a solid year of Mark Webber guest host.
Nice.
The golden year. Yeah.
Too lazy to work other people into the rotation. That's what I'll call that. That's
Yeah, that's fine. I also look at it as irreplaceable, right?
You are irreplaceable.
I like
Don't
it.
listen to Mike.
you
like
benefited from my sloth.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And right here, you've been cursed with faint praise by Hooded Cobra
Look at that.
Commander 788. You've been a solid addition to the show.
I like it, man.
Yes.
And that's high praise. HCC is big time, and the sugar daddy who got us over our goal for our
That's
virtual
right.
PulseCon. So
Yes.
I will take that to heart.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to help him out with the goal he put out there too. I got some ideas. Anyways, my shout outs, of course, Rack Time Rob, the unsung hero, the fourth man of the operation.
Holy.
Stay tuned for another episode of Rack Time coming soon. Rob's a teacher, just so everybody knows. So if you're ever wondering about the release schedule of Rack Time, it's when he's not dealing with like 200 kids. So we give Rob his space. We try to release them on Tuesdays so that you can have it for when you go to the comic store on Wednesday. But whatever. He writes his own schedule. He's got enough cachet. Got a chance last week to head up to Kokomo Toys, visit the longtime friends of the program and sponsors Todd and Amber and the whole gang there at Kokomo Toys. They say hello. Everybody's just looking at me.
And we say hello back.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, wow.
I sent a picture of the currently empty What's on Joe Mind lounge at Kokomo
You
Toys.
scared me with your like tag underneath, like.
So what scared you about that? I meant to ask you this.
Because I thought that they were closing.
Oh my God,
I was
no!
like, what?
I mean, you would certainly have heard of the forklift sale of Funko Pops
Yeah.
if Kokomo Toys decided to shut down. So, my goodness, it's like half the store. Or there's 3 really big long aisles, and one of those
really?
aisles is completely Funko Pops.
With dust on them, or
Some of them, yeah, some of them. But it was pretty brisk business when I was there. I bought some of those Mego 8-inch characters for Rob. They started putting out DC's guys again, and so I got him Flash and Nightwing. So that was pretty cool. But you don't see those very often, or when you do, it's always the same characters over and over and over again. Like I've seen Sinestro at least 100 times, and like he's the only one.
Behind all the roadblocks.
Behind all the roadblocks, or next to the roadblocks.
And the 1987 crystal balls, which is weird.
I remember the first Joe I bought in Indiana. After we moved here was 1987. It was version 2 roadblock, and so now it's almost like it's recycling itself. Now that I've come back to Indiana again, and
did you have to paw past a bunch of crystal balls to find that roadblock?
Probably. Maybe it was just I recognized that he had that. On the bubble card, he had that big tripod, so he stuck out. You know, so, hey, that guy can't be Crystal Ball. I'll take whoever that is. But and of course, we've got a couple of Kickstarters that are underway that we want to give some props to. G.I. Joe artist Brian Shearer has a project going on Kickstarter for his Gunship Thunder Punch franchise. I called it a franchise. But if you like transforming robots and don't necessarily care about the Transformer label,
like her.
If you're Joe Colton and you hate robots, you're still gonna like Gunship Thunder Punch. Don't sell out for the guy on his Kickstarter or anything. Don't lie to anybody.
I will lie. Robots are cool.
No, you don't have to say robots are cool, but you can say I don't like robots, but Gunship Thunder Punch.
Gunship Thunder Punch are great.
I like it when you make the face my daughter makes when she eats vegetables.
What's that?
Looks like a hostage video. Robots are great.
Oh.
Welcome to Fan Friday. We are so glad to have.
You stop that. You stop it.
I wanted to stop. It keeps happening.
And another Kickstarter project going right now is the After Action Report. It is a G.I. Joe comic guide. It's very similar to what James Kavanaugh, our famed noted author, did for modern era figures, but this is going to deal that with comic books. That is being put together by longtime friends of the show, Roger Taft and Josh Eggebein. So good luck to them. Be sure to check out those two projects on Kickstarter. Remember, just go to Kickstarter.com and search for Gunship Thunder Punch and After Action Report. And there they will be. At some point, I will edit the notes down below, and we'll get direct links to those. And as we pull it into the station, do remember to take advantage of that area that Mark and Joe are pointing to. Like our video, share our video, subscribe to our channel, make comments, get us in the rotation on YouTube. We need your help to continue to grow this channel. And growing this channel is a big part of what's going to allow us to continue to get good guests and continue to expand our library a little bit and continue to entertain you guys. So also remember, we're still in a pandemic. When you go out, please wear a mask. You are not doing it for yourself. You are exercising your freedom of choice and choosing to protect the people around you from whatever you may be carrying. It's great. We've learned enough about it that we don't have to be all super, xenophobic anymore. We know that we're only going to give it to one another by breathing on one another. So let's do what we can to not breathe on one another.
Or lick each other, whatever.
Or licking, but that's more of a Joe Colton problem than a society problem. So, I'm trying. I'll keep the Joe Colton specific advice for Joe Colton off the air. And she stone faces us again.
Yeah. I let that one go. That was a layup. I let that go right over the rim. Yep.
Yep. Keep going.
Yep. If you ever think, what has Webb ever done for me? I want you to remember this moment right here. Just let that one go.
There we go. Barking Fridge has us. Hit the notification bell. Don't just subscribe. So do everything. Do all the nifty YouTube things. Help us out. And in the meantime, we'll see you next Thursday. Have a great night for What's on Joe Mind. For Mark Weber and Joe Colton, I'm Mike Irizarry. Have a great evening.